I'm going to start this off with a quick PSA. With Halloween right around the corner, I know a lot of you will be itching to show off your gear. That being said, even wearing your tactical gear outside can attract unwanted police attention. Andreas from Rice Bowl Squad knows exactly what I'm talking about. With things the way they are right now, I wouldn't even think about wearing anything tactical to school, let alone bringing an airsoft gun. Personal anecdote, back in grade 3, I spray painted a cap gun black and genius me decided to bring it to school. Now, the lunch lady somehow ended up seeing it during lunch, though I'm still convinced someone ratted me out. I ended up getting suspended, and I was certain it was gonna go on my permanent record. The way things are nowadays, there probably would have been a full lockdown, bomb squad and SWAT team called. Luckily for me though, things blew over, but that was the end of my parents letting me have toy guns. Just last week in Ohio, 2 kids almost ended up on the wrong side of an M&P after being spotted with a toy revolver. Look, I know it's easy to think I'm not dumb enough to get caught with it, but things can happen really quick, and in the end, it's just not worth it. Don't do it, and PSA. Moving on, we have another subscriber loadout for you guys. This one comes from Ryan, and his home field is OHP Airsoft in Ottawa. This loadout comes with a pretty interesting backstory. During World War II, Estonia was being torn apart by Germany and the USSR. Young Estonian volunteers, not even adults yet, fled Estonia to Finland, where they created the JR-200 Infantry Regiment. Led by Estonian commander Hans Kalm, they had a pivotal role in protecting Finland and also punched way above their weight, turning the tide of war. The unit became affectionately known as the Sons of Finland. Ryan's wearing a wool 3-season tunic as well as a denim summer tunic, which is period correct. He has 2 medals, one awarded by his team leader, and the smaller pin is actually an original Estonian Army pin from the 1920s, which is pretty cool. He painted and re-stained his STG-44, and I think it looks great with a nice, well-used look. I also really dig the classic canvas mag pouches and the leather pistol holster. He tells me he painted the Estonian colors on his helmet because he was tired of people calling him German, which kind of goes against everything the JR-200 fought for. Thanks for the interesting historical loadout, Ryan. Remember to send your airsoft pics to 6in6@torontoairsoft.com. In front of me today, we have the evolution of the US military 1911, starting with the OG M1911 to the MEU to the latest and greatest M45. I can't think of too many things that stood the test of time like the 1911, and it's great to see those subtle refinements that they did over the years. As a big 1911 fan, I would love to have all 3 pistols in my collection, but alas, my bank account seems to have other plans. Now, I did do this for a reason though. It's perfect to lead into today's news. The US Army has confirmed that they're switching over from the ubiquitous 5.56 to 6.8mm. Now, this isn't going to be a quick change. It's slated to be a 27-month development period, so expect to see actual changes somewhere around 2021. There are 5 companies already fighting for that juicy contract, including FN, General Dynamics, as well as the recent winner of the pistol contract, Sig Sauer. So the big question is, why 6.8mm? Well, with modern day engagements often being long range from mountaintop to mountaintop, 5.56 just doesn't have that long range lethality required. Not to mention, they're looking to future-proof, and 5.56 has trouble penetrating current gen body armor as it is. Well, what about 7.62 then? The short answer is recoil, especially in full auto. But I do have a small feeling the US Army just wants to show off a cool new round. The US Marines, on the other hand, are sticking with 5.56, at least for now, because why fix what ain't broke? Or some other way of saying that in Latin. So what does this all mean for us? As of now, there is no news yet on Canada switching over their C7s, but I'm sure we'll start seeing 6.8mm markings on our airsoft guns soon enough. Not to mention, I'm super excited to see the next gen concept guns start trickling into the airsoft market. All right, that about does it for this episode. As always, thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already for regular updates, and we'll catch you on the next one.